Dumelang ra la amogela mo go Daily Thetha on SABC 1. Nakalibitso ke nna Nicolette wa ga Mashile ngwana wa kwa Bush Bakrit Mapulaneng. Le khono right here on Daily Thetha. What level la taba ya dintwa that is due to leave. What happens to the inheritance when your parents do pass on and they've left some sort of assets? Do we give it to the older child as we've always known according to the African culture, or does it go to the youngest child, or do we follow what common law now says? And if there is no will, then the estate will then execute the estate of the person that has passed on. That's what we're going to be looking at right here on Daily Thetha today.
Sanibonani igama lami ngokini Shandu kade kuyena okhuluma ngolimi lezandla usis ufortune wakaMandlala. Namhlanje sibuka kakhulukazi izimpi zamafa esikhathini esiningi makudlula abazali emhlabeni ifa liyabangwa kungazi ukuthi ubani ngempela okuyena kumele lithathe. Sizwe izitori eziningi lapho sizwa khona kuthiwa abantu bathole indlu and ubhuti useqosha abantu endlini sekumele kuhlale yena yedwa ukuthi isikhathi even nemfuyo as well kanye nemali yabangwa egcineni nakho konke. Wona kufanele understand ukuthi ifa liyini kahle kahle ubani okumele akuthole. Let's say abazali abakazange ukuthi benze i-will lihlukaniswa kanjani nanokuthi engasiza kanjani ama-lawyers lapho khona beyingekho into esuke ibhalwe phansi. Give us a call usitshela ukuthi ucabanga ngohlelo namhlanje. It's 0113391315 or usithole enkundleni zokuxhumana Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as well. Siyatholakala khona. Otherwise, sanibonani, welcome to Daily Thetha Bafet.
Kini, I think we'll start on this side. What is inheritance?
Yeah.
How is it supposed to be executed? Yeah. We'll start here with what do you know about inheritance and what's your understanding?
Hi, igama lami ndingu-Odwa. Ilifa, it's something that is left behind ngabazali, and according to the culture kumele ishiyeke kumuntu omdala, which is I don't agree with.
Okay.
But that's what it happens. Or if ever there's a will and then they could read a will and then kushukuthi how many percent goes to who and what goes to who.
Children, are they entitled to the parents' inheritance? Let's say, for instance, inheritance by somebody else, maybe a cousin. Would you, as the child of those parents that have passed on, inheritance, are you entitled to it?
You are not entitled with, because this one is the legacy. Let me say the parent sees ukuthi I am not andifanelanga like andikhulanga ngolo hlobo bana ndingade ndifikelele bana ndiphathe the legacy of the family. It's good for the parent to say this your cousin will take care of this household because you see my capabilities ukuthi mhlambe I'll destroy the family. You understand? So which is I don't think everybody is entitled, because sonke we've got ilungelo lokuthi sizenzele into zethu.
All right.
Yes.
I think Kini, it will be very interesting that we also, when we are speaking to the lawyer later on in the show, when you are married in community of property and then you've got an inheritance, how much of that inheritance that is left by your parents does your spouse actually have rights to?
Mr. Mafela la icela ngwami ukuthi ngokubona kwakhe yini lento esingayenza ukuthi sinqande lento yokulwa kwabantu sekubangwa ifa, because akuvamisile ukuphela kahle abanye beze bedlula nasemhlabeni as well, because nomunye ubona ukuthi because akubhalwanga lutho phansi nami kumele ngithole okucishe kulingane or kanjani. Mr. Mafela, awusitshele ukuthi ngokwakho ukubona yini engasinqanda ekuthenini silwele amafa njengabantu abamnyama?
Issues amaningi, like mostly family members ebabona ngathi wena you don't deserve ilifa in the first place. Saying ukuthi maybe let's say you are young, meqeda kufika umalume omdala family and is like, you know what, you're too young to have an inheritance enkulu njengathi. So let's say for example ngine company and then I leave it to my youngest son. So when umalume ufika lapha emndenini uthini, you lack experience alento lena mina ethi ngiyithathe, and then abanye bazofila otherwise. So like
lento nombango kakhulukazi siswami praise ngifuna ukuzwa kuwena ekuthenini mawuzwa efeni. Let's say I have a business and I see my kids ngeke bakwazi ukuthi balibambelele business, but kukhona umshana wami or cousin wami. Is that a fair if ngishiya my business to my cousin or enye izinto ezibangumbango leso?
I think it's very unfair, because it is going to cause confusion and conflicts in future, because how do my parents leave something for my cousins instead of leaving it for me? Let's say
you're not good in business and you don't even like this business for that matter. You never even spend his cut a business in, but your cousin was always there. The family, and the family feels good. This is the right person to take this legacy to a next level.
In that case, it is fair that the rightful person or somebody who is qualified for that position
Microphone, okay.
to hold that legacy.
I hear you, but maybe abanye abantu ekhaya bavumelana nawe. Let's find out on social media and see zona calls wakho tuthini about ifa imfisela benikezwa umuntu wangaphandle. Lokho kuyanixabanisa nomndeni. Oh, if lo muntu egrumeke ngikwanele, must take that business to a next level.
Yes, Orzelile Fumba, I'm alone at home, and that's the reason why my father sold a will unnecessary. After his death, Moluti family and SABC captain Jerry Moluti cruelly took all the yard, the house, the property, and when I talked, obviously it finishes off. And I think that's mostly what happens in most cases. Sometimes your parents pass on and then somebody else steps in, your family steps in, and it becomes a bit of a mess basically when it comes to the outstanding or the lack of a will.
Let's go to Peter in KZN. Peter, welcome to Daily Thetha. Peter, way.
All right. Kini, you know what I'm quite keen to understand. Why is it that Ronabaso, we always seem to see lefa and inheritance as if it's this get rich quick scheme?
Yeah.
Why do we feel that I want to count how much am I actually going to get? How, Mama?
Na ke nna morongwa wa ga Makgoba. Na I feel gore batswadi vele ba tshwanetse gore ba re shele legacy. Because
why?
Because akere if something happens to bona ha ba nya go re shale re sokola wa krelo re la mafelelo ngwana moshimane o krelo ro feletsa a re ko hasela gore ke gone o fida bana ba gesho wa krelo ro wa utswa o dira letse dingwe wa ngwanyana tsena tena into bo di prostitution a ronya kana le chelete. So if ile gore ba go shietse lefa wa tseba gore okay fine re tla gona gore re divide re gone le share as bana ba gage re if ke di business re di godishe so that re ska sokola.
Okay, so at what age does that then fall away? Because batswadi ba hao ba phela go tlhokomela ba go kentse sekolo so that you become an adult ankere. So at what age then do you decide you know what seki shapo le fala ko ntlung I don't mind about it anymore? Or even as an old person, let's say 33, 34, 35 years old, sa batla lefa leo.
No, it's not like or something. Obviously you have to do something with your life. Lefa leo lona e tla bala gore la go thusha mo ile gore ngwena wa palelo gore o ska gcine le gore o dira lo tse di wrong for chelete.
All right, that's quite interesting, Kini, that it seems as if Ronabaso, we've got with these red eyes. We want to know how much is the policy.
Because this is something about abantu abashiyele ifa bayaqhaphaza uzobanye bezebesho uthi angangqhaphaza ngisimali efa. I don't know what's the case on that one. But let's go to Peter in KZN. Peter, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Yebo sanibonani ku Daily Thetha.
Siyabona bhuti ngenxa yesikhathi ovela uhlale kuyona nje ithini comment yakho about uhlelo namhlanje?
No, inhlelo zenu zinhle kakhulu and lelo niliphethe namhlanje lumnandi kakhulu liyasifundisa izinto ezithile. Kulento ifa liyacabanisa kakhulu ifa more especially uthola ukuthi umuntu unamakhosikazi mhlambe awu2 or awu3.
Oh yeah.
Meshona lezingane lezi bezingafuni nokuya esikoleni.
Yeah.
Mase hambile seziyalwa zona zodwa zileli ifa likayise, which is not right. Abantwana engaba advise ngakho abantwana mabaye esikoleni bafunde bezokwazi ukukhulisa ifa labo bangalwi because abafundanga and abafundanga nokuthi business iphathwa kanjani.
Oh yes. So ngokwakho umbono Peter is that abantwana kumele befundiswe so that bezo understand ukuthi akusikho into yabo lena nabo beziqalele izinto zabo eceleni.
Kumele bafundise isikole nabo.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu Peter wena sokolohle mfethu ne?
Ngiyabonga baba.
Sibonga kakhulu. Mfethu there's this thing yokuthi abantu abaningi even abazali sesizibonile beqhaphaza kakhulukazi amafa. That's what we're going to be looking at kakhulukazi ukuthi yini le esingasenza njengabantu abamnyama ukuthi si understand indaba yefa ukuthi akusiyo into yokuthi njengamanje sewu-rich ke sekumele manje uphile njengomtsipe cha kusamele usebenze hayi nokuthi uthi emsebenzini uyaresigna nqothona uphunyelwe imali zefa. That's what we're going to be talking about ngokuhamba kohlela sambe nise breaking so thengisa siyabuya for this.
Ke ne go bolela leleme la gae se ke ne go kgatla batswadi ba ka.
Go pa e botse ka Setswana le ena
o nga thetha nna ke thetha. Yes.
Dumelang Daily Thetha family, ke tshepa go mare hape, but this time I'm not in the streets, I'm in the studio, and I sent out my team to the streets to go talk to you guys and find out what you know about something that is called inheritance wars. These are basically the fights that occur when people are fighting over land, wealth, or even sometimes clothing and cars that are left over by a person who has passed on. It can be between family members, sometimes it can even be between people that are outside. But inheritance wars are breaking families and killing people in South Africa. So we want to know, why are people fighting for inheritance? And this is what our people had to say in the streets. We asked our first chap here.
I think what causes these inheritance wars is greed.
And then because of laziness.
Probably the parent favoring the other one over the other one, so it causes an imbalance. And obviously, with the other one getting more than the other one, then that causes the greed. That brings about the greed, and I think that's where the conflict starts.
Na anga ba kirabaelwa no ke tlo ba botsisha gore why ba santse ba dira ntwa ya moguto cause dilo tse le ke tsa batswadi ba bona a se tsa bona why ba santse ba dilwele
ke re ke botomkopo wa santse re le dilo tsa motho mo ene ngane o tlo ka iberekisha bo shahidi ka ninga ka iberekela.
I believe worrying about that stuff, even thinking about it, it means like you are lazy.
Ntho santse ngore like ba bona ba yellele king gore ba ba kentshe sekolo.
Another question that we asked is, batswadi, sometimes la re bolella gore na ke manga willing, ke manga sio willing, based on our behavior, and we understand that you are angry. But ntho re batlang go ibotsa gore na batswadi ba tshwanetse ba bolelle bana gore na ke manga willing kapa ke manga a seng willing. Ke ntho tshwanetse e family tshwanetse bua ka yona eo ha re utlwana ba re
wena wa ka nna ke nagana ro santse re ba no e bolela motho wa sa phela
ga le family e utlwanang go right gore ba discuss because of go bofelong ba tla feletsa ba tle ka tshotso e leng gore e khotsofatsa o mongwe le o mongwe wa bone.
From my point of view, I really think it should be an open discussion.
What if I decide to kill my mother because I know that they've got a lot of money?
Akire nyona mo willing e wena ka no rena ke kira 90%, then ngwana go ka o kira 10%. A ke tseba gore why a khethile nna me bonya go re be nna ke godishang business ya gagwe ene o kire nna mongondo wa di business ke tsemo go gona o le mo go ngwana go gae mara o file nna 90% shares ya tsone lo tšwe ntsa gagwe wa bona re ntwa mkhutole ka wa
woman that's what the lady is saying. They're basically saying that sometimes our parents don't even look at our capabilities. They will just leave, the wealth of the family in the hands of their favorite or the eldest son, and then he squanders that money, and all of us are poor. Those are the stories on inheritance wars, and that's what the people in the streets had to say about inheritance wars. Let's go back to studio and find out from some of the two experiences of the people what happens when an inheritance war occurs.
Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Most of us are understand but we do know that we've got a common law in the country, and there is a certain, there's certain way and processes of us doing this. But just on the couch, we've got Simon Powe, whose adopted sister sold the family home, and then we also have Sandy Sonkosi, whose mom got kicked out of the house the moment the father died. So we've got issues like this in South Africa, and I think it's very pertinent to discuss these kind of things so we can learn from each other. Please, welcome to Daily Thetha. All right. Can you tell us a little bit, how did it come about?
1978 ke le ke tsa msebetsi to ke renkela ntate wa ka and then ke sebetsa go Telkom and then ha ke renka re be ra build ntlo ko Pretoria a family home sort of rebuild, and then ka bo 8 after the riots tsa bo 85 84 ba thuta ba rekisa ntlo mo Moletsane mo Soweto ba ya ko Pretoria. So e be le ha ba tsama that time ne se ba adoptile ngwana mo welfare Johannesburg welfare so ba mo hodisa ba fitla ba dula lena ko Pretoria we le nna ka hola and then ka sebetsa nna e be ke ba le ntlo ko Protea and then how later kutla cousin engwe re ntlo re ke sitse how ke market ntlo re ke sitse ga jwang ke kra le reno
ntlo ko Pretoria
ya ko Pretoria re ke sitse ke tsola reno ke the other lady le ke sitse ntlo a ba tloga mo a ya ko pleke engwe ba re ke tlep gata ke tse batho ba itse ba ko pela morula sana wa bopone I dula ko Mkhukhung. I rekisa a very big house. I dula ko Mkhukhung.
Meetsa ka the other lady. It shows gore go sane go na le go khupisana. Yeah, how is the relationship between
there was no relationship because I had a sister but he passed on.
Yes.
And then ona na bilonga ko meo and me only lina na sampatlo. So ne communicated because of the father.
Okay.
It was very difficult. So nanze ke renka ke ntse ke shora ke le tsantlo tsa ko gae wa bona. Everything obviously o tloga bona go tlena nna just like that because bane ba sa communicate batho ba pila maybe because high school ne ba sa communicate so I thought na ke sebeletsa ko hae.
Kanti a uswa ha o yena o business di plan tsa go rekisa ntlo.
Besides that perhaps ke mme o le mo jeditse re no o bone motho o tlo phatsamisa ha ke tsama o rekise o tlo emo because ha o ka lwana lena o tlo fenya because ke madi. Ke legacy ya family na ke tsore family sene ma ke re kana legacy the family sene is a legacy it's since it ye
all right
yo it's double side. Let me come to you Sandy. So isimo sakho sibhlungu kakhulu as well whereby ukuthi umamakho after ubaba esedlule emhlabeni base bemkhipha endlini kwenzakalani awusichazele lo daba.
Ona it's a very long story. Kwenzeke kanje on 2003 my father passed away. Lokushona kwakhe lokho kuba kwaba nengcabano and kuwo konke lokho baqabana laba bakho baba wami nabakhabo mama bathi obulale ubaba umama.
Oh wow.
Yes. And yo lento yababhlungu kithi because umama sasinaye like sonke isikhathi basiphuca indlo bathatha konke ifa la baba wathatha bo auntie awubaba lomncane like bona bakushare
nahlala nina ngaleso sikhathi
lapho kwasiphoqa usithina sibuyele sambe so sibuyele eMpumalanga gogokwami and lapho isimo sababucayi kakhulu ngoba lezi zinto bese sijwayele bese singasakhona ukuthi sithole bese kufuna sicale phasi impilo konke kwenzeka
njalo. So how was the relationship between Thetha and Mama? Was it a customary marriage? You know, got married in the common law, left somewhere. What was the relationship between them?
Lo kushado kamasiko lo kushado under chief. Yeah. Ngiyo izinto zakudala base ngekho lo ukuthi izokhona ukubhala amawili kanjani. And ukufa kwababa kwasishaqa kakhulu ngoba wadutshulwa. Yes, that is why into yenzeka nje ngesikhathi ngokusheshsha.
So if ubaba khadutshulwa umndeni ukuthathela pho ukuthi umamakho uyena owabulala ubaba noma becabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe yena wathumela abantu bamdubule.
Yeah, bacabange kanjalo ukuthi umama msho ukuthi uyothumela abantu ukuthi bamdubule.
And ubaba ko bekangabhalanga iwili.
Bekangabhalanga iwili by then.
All right. Yeah. It's you know the thing is it's an interesting conversation because it happens quite a lot where you know a mother gets kicked out of the house because le nagana gore ke ena bulaile motho.
But I think kwesikhathi sekungasikho ukuthi mhlawumbe bafuna I think sebethola excuse of kicking that person out bagcina sebethi vele kwabhuti wethu wayebulawe wena and stuff like that. But let's take calls. Let's go to a David. Tsepiso, welcome to Thetha. Tsepiso.
Hello.
Kunjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila.
Sikhona sisi sikhuluma ngodaba olubucayi lapha izimpi zokubangwa kwamafa. Luthini uvo lwakhona?
Yes, mina like isitori sami ukuthi umamami she's kicked out of the house because stepfather sakhe sold the house recently. And since umama mahlala lapha endlini from 2005 when umama ke ashona ugogo wami ushona 2005 ahlala lapha endlini then stepfather move out ahlala nomunye umfazi and washada nalowo mfazi lo so manje wabuya wathengisa indawo semakathengisa indawo wakhiphela umama ngaphandle.
Sure.
Yo yenza njena Tsepiso into omele uyenze nje bukela uhlelo lakho njengamanje sobe sine lawyer ezokwazi ukuthi icebise ukuthi esimene sinjengaleso umama wakhe ngenza njani sisi uyazi.
Thank you Tsepiso. Ntate Simon, this situation, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel bad because I can't make I don't know what to tell it, a chain with my kids. Say, you see, I can't trace it backwards. Then it's jammed. So which forces me to go to, I must go, right now I must prepare myself for a high court. Because La Paima village, they don't take La Makota Mangan. Yeah, I must go to high court, then Solo, and then Teto of the country. I know, even if somebody is your sister or half sister, he's got nonke housing yobhala ukuthi things yeah then when you don't have to sell it alone and do whatever you want to do with the money exactly yeah so we must go and you must explain ukuthi we think kanjani and the buyer explain ukuthi uthenge kanjani
Theleta yona uyisharile wena
No, it's my boyfriends or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. You know what? Masibuya breaking njengamanje so besibuka ukuthi senza njani because esikhathini esiningi thina njengabantu abamnyama ama-will asiwabhali and siyasebenzisa imithetho yesintu ukuthi iyakwazi ukuthi siprotect le mithetho yesintu. Asambe breaking siyabuya after this. Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Sakhuluma about izimpi zamafa. Uyabona maqhubeka uhlelo ukuthi ziyaxabanisa kangakanani nizubulala kanjani umndeni njengoba ubuyizwela nje ubaba uPaul ekhala ngokuthi ingane zakhe ayisenakho ikubo kwakhe ukuthi zivakashele kagogo kamkhulu ngendlela okwenzakala ngakhona. But we do have a caller right now. Anonymous, welcome to Daily Thetha. Sikhona and yourself.
Rona sene. Yeah. Ditaba di jabudisi man gape mama o tlhokofele ka 2007 again so from go tlhokofala ka 2007 the family out of from side ya mama ba mputuru papa o loye mama
yeah
so from go loya mama again na be ke na hostel so basically hostel you have to go back every Friday and you have to go back every Sunday and come back every Friday so knowing that next week I was coming for the funeral I come back home the home is so empty. There is nothing. They took my mother's car. My dad is still even moaning. I mean, so when the funeral happened, everything happened, we decided to say we want to go fetch the car at my grandmother's house. And we only found out that they put sugar in the engine. From putting sugar in the engine, it doesn't finish there. It goes worse to a point where they tried even claiming my mother's beneficiary insurances, all of those kind of stuff. So the insurance kept on calling and telling me, somebody is trying to claim your beneficiary stuff. So basically my uncle stole my ID. At that time where I was really looking for my ID for a month, my uncle had my ID all along.
Anonymous, it's very sad. We've got a lawyer that's coming through later on. I'll explain now.
Thank you very much.
We do have also umphathi mthethwa na unestere established whereby ama grandparents wakhe ashona and the family yasibanga ke manje including ngomalume as well. Mphathi usitell istory sakho because ngathi izitori eziningi ziyadabulisa sizwa nje kamanje.
This thing yama inheritance iyabhora because at the end of the day kusafaka nama grandchildren for izinto abangazazi. For example, like ikwenzeka ukuthi my grandparents passed away and then kwathi mabasala and then indlu yasala kuba mncane washona yasala kumfazi wakhe and all of that. So then right now the situation is because of the aunt is fighting for the house because of believe ukuthi uyokumela athole nani and according to ama laws wesintu there's this thing yokuthi indlu isala no mfana kanjani intonyane ezikanjalo so then it happens ukuthi in a way yokuthi even the family can't even come along endlini ukuthi okay then bazoza and kuyenze whatever as a family.
Ulimaza ngani umndeni leyo nto because abanye abantu especially nina njengamantombazane if nibona kuliwa abanye baze begcina beyoqoma behlale lapha bahlala khona because kusuke kungekho ukuthula egcekeni awusichazele ulimaza kanjani umndeni lento kubanga
this thing iyalimaza kakhulu especially thina because as well like you can't even feel at home your friends can't even come along and chill even my family from my mother's side can't even come bazo sleep over something because of this tense and this fight now and again kuyaliwa now and again antu claim ukuthi kubo nathi ngapha so then ilento leyo because akusahlaleke endlini akukho mnandi endlini we can't even ilento le izenza kuze kube two families in one roof because akusahlaleke endlini akuna beside respect but because of wonke umuntu ufuna ishare yakhe omunye uclaim ukuthi nomunye uclaim ukuthi and then why the other side ukuthi the other aunt uzobheka ingane zakhe and then the father naye ebheka ingane zakhe so akusana ukuthi ngizothi no aunt okhona ugogo or content season even the family can't even come along because of ifalomuzi.
Cindy, so let's bring you back into the conversation. Uthe you guys movile back le ko Mpumalanga. How did it affect your life? How did it change your life?
Loko ushintshe kakhulu impilo yethu ngoba njengoba bengishilo ukuthi lezi zinto besisijwayele besingakhona ukuthi siyithole ukumuva
izinto okhuluma ngazo
like ukudla izinto isikolo kanjalo because ukubuyela kwethu le kagogo bekufuna ukuthi siyoqala impilo phasi and umama beyangasebenzi ngoba ubaba beyangavuma ukuthi asebenze kuqala and ukuhamba kwakababa sekuletha inhlupheko kakhulu kithi khona ngala futhi sebasiphuce indlu basithathele konke so impilo yaba very difficult kithi ukuthi siyithole
yo ziyadabukisa lezi zinto sithola. Let's find out on social media ukuthi nithini emakhaya. There's one coming from Uthuli Sol which is still in struggling in getting my inheritance which I worked on since I was 11. My dad passed on and a stepmother took over the inheritance and it's now bankrupt. It's a shop and a club I've been to the court but no help at all after all these things. You see now ingane ilinde ifala for 11 years and the next thing mase khula and umamncane wenza zonke lezi zinto and stuff like that. Now let me come to you baba ekuthenini iyiphi isolution engenza ama families angalwi emakuthiwa kuzwakala ezintweni eziyifa kanje.
Solution I think into ethina esibulala ama-Africans sibulale kakhulu into ye-colonization because our people never went to school and then they didn't know into zama-will nomuntu kwakhe nokwakhe mawumbuza uncle wami mangibuza ukuthi mangibuza ukuthi ubani bani ujanje athi ngenzani ngalabantu ngoba kudala bafile yabona umuntu so I can't relate history to my kids so how do you create an African? That's why we are always the last human beings mawapaka so thina abantu ase-Africa sisemseleni yabona because there's something not right like in the head.
Let's bring in some audience. Sesi, you've heard all these stories. Do you think Will would assist us as Batwan to will and make sure that we are clear seeing kapaying ushela mang?
Yeah, I think ukuthi ngasasister kakhulu because mawuso ungasekho emhlabeni ushiya abantu bangazi and then we fight over your amafa wakho yabona so at least mawubhalile washiya somewhere or wanikeza ilawyer ukuthi yini izothathwa ubani angeke kuliwe.
But maybe let's go back to our audience and just find out, Khorna, after hearing these kind of stories, what are your thoughts as a young person? What are the conversations also today?
Lutso la ka ke Arone. Ntho tse di tsalang hona no via inheritance. It's something which is very much bad. It causes feuds in families. You understand? According to the way we all understand. You understand? So the willing thing will. It's a good thing, according to me. So in which you can state what's going on there.
But uyabona ukuthi na esikhathini esiningi thina abantu abamnyama kuyavela ukuthi aswabhali phansi ama-wills wethu. Yiphi solution ekhona lapho?
The solution is to educate ourselves. That's the best policy. We need to go out there. We must stop being ignorant on our own. If I'm ignorant individually, there's nothing which is going to help me. And the ones who are following me, they're going to be in trouble.
Let me quickly rush into Mr. William before sizoba nawo kwikhathi ngihamba kwesikhathi but njengamanje Mazibuko isiphi isimo esingiprotectayo mina if ubaba engabhalanga phansi or umama engabhalanga phansi iwill?
We have two legislation. Interstate Succession Act, it governs Interstate Succession Act. It governs is a situation where you die without leaving a will. Then we will have a Wills Act, which regulates the formalities, how to draft a valid will. So each area is protected in terms of the law, and now it's much better with the new dispensation because from 1994, after 1994, we had a lot of developments in terms of our constitution, in particularly Section 9, the Equality Clause.
ngibona comment ngikade ngibona on social media, someone saying ukuthi i-will kagogo wakho ayibhale ngesandla, and then kwathiwa no abayi recognize this will because kumele ibe nama signatures I2 since ibhalwe ngesandla nje it's something abangayithatha. Kuyenzeka niwebha mhlawumbe I don't afford lawyer so ngibhale phansi ukuthi ubani kumele athatheni, but then inkantolo icha iyayiphikisa lena.
Yes, it happens. The Wills Act, it actually regulates the formalities as to how this will
must be drafted.
Okay. And
that's very
the master of the High Court, because the master is the custodian.
Okay. So besichaza kabandla lolo tap because we need to go to a break in njengamanje sothengisa masibuya so besinaye William azobesichazela kabandla as a lawyer ukuthi senza njani amen finalizing some sort kuthengisa siyabuya for this.
If you have just joined us, blah blah kadin tatuli thomang ke lefa gore na ba shele mang lefa, and if ba go shela weni, how do you feel as the other child who didn't get lefa lone? We are joined on the couch by Kasman Zebediele, Mpumi Ngomalo and Jabu Mpande, who have stories also about, you know, just lefa lune just disappeared, and it disappeared to mostly the relatives. Welcome to the show. Mpumi, tell us a little bit about, you know, stories how did it happen that when your dad died, all of a sudden lefa lune it was not directed to you guys?
Okay, we didn't know about the other house. My father had two houses. It was a family house, Penduga. We used to go there when we go, ama rituals and everything is. So, Ushone 2009, and then Magashona, my aunts didn't know ukuthi mama ushadile no baba, but they didn't get white wedding and everything. They went to a court basign. Mara bebangazi esayidini la baba bami ne. So uthe makashona ubaba bami, they thought ukuthi mama makana marriage certificate. They wanted to take indlu lesihlala kuyo nale esePhenduka. EsePhenduka it's a family house, but it's ibhaliswe egameni la baba bami. So they couldn't take lesihlala kuyo because begu yes, bebangazi phela ukuthi kune marriage certificate. Okay, then makuphela everything nomncwabo, maybe after 2 months and everything, my aunt came. Mama akayanga esikolweni yazi abantu abadala and everything. We were at school, bamthatha bamisa ePambridge ecourt. Akafundanga. Yes, but uyosayina amaphepha angazi ukwenzani. Nobona mawungazi English nani. Wasayina umama akazi ukuthi uchange. Angithi umama ubaba ushiyele umama everything kumama. So wasayina umama akazi lutho phela. At the end of the day, we knew ukuthi indlu bekweka baba, umama bekasayinela ukuthini, bekasayinela ukuthi uyabanika. And now ithengisiwe indlu asiyazi imali yakhona or ithengisiwe because sigcine bathi bayithengisile bazoyenza ishop and everything. We don't know anything about that, and as such angazi ukuthi singabagcina nini. Maybe ngefuneral.
Manje mama kuhlala phi manje?
Sihlala eThokoza kule ndlu le bahlala kuyo ngo93 ngakhi le ubaba washiya kuyo.
All right.
Yes.
You know itori njengalezi ziyathusa kakhulu, but because we do have a lawyer ezozabuthi sichazela kakhulu. There's something coming from Utando as well. Utando, my uncle died last year. He had no children, so he chose my cousin to inherit everything. The family was very angry about it. Don't talk to him, even his own father. Some stripped the house after the funeral. The family is divided because of that. I'm going to come to you, Jengamanje Zebedia, as well as now Jabu. But let me go to the lawyer and find out, William, as Minister Jengalesi, how do I protect myself against the family? If there was a will, I'm rightfully looking at 13 danger, but the family start abusing you after that.
Firstly, we have to have someone appointed as an executor. Anyone who takes the assets before appointment of that person, then it's fraud. It amounts to fraud. So you must go to the master. There are standard requirements that you need to comply with. And they will take the original will, check it whether it complies with the Wills Act, then appoint that person nominated in terms of the will.
Okay.
Once that person assumes the office, no one else can deal with the assets of the deceased except that person.
All right. Okay. Let's maybe take Thandeka from Springs and hear what Usisi Thandeka unjani?
Ngiyaphila kanjani nje?
Siyaphila ngena endabeni Tali.
Yebo, ngicela ukubuza lapho kuloya ukuthi kwenzakalani esimeni lapho uthola ukuthi kuno ingane le ushonelwa abazali isesencane. Ubaba walengane ubekade enezingane ezinye ngaphandle emshadweni. Kodwa mangabe esehamba emhlabeni uzihlukanisele lengane zakhe nalezi ezingaphandle. Wahlukanisela nonkosikazi wakhe. Unkosikazi wakhe okuyena onalomntwana lomncane. So manje unkosikazi yena eyakhe ishare wadecide ukwakha indlu wakhela intonakhe. Ngesho ke seyahamba kunkosikazi emhlabeni. Kodwa mayisehamba emhlabeni uhamba ushiya iwili. Iwili eshoyo ukuthi izinto zomntwana zizogadwa ubani nokuthi ingane ihlale naloyo muntu loyo. So ifamily yakubo kaMkhonyane ithi ayikwazi indlu ukuthi ingaba eyalomntwana yedwa ngoba lo baba wayenezingane ezinye ngaphandle komshado kodwa zitholile ishare yakhe. Kwenzakala nesimile.
Okay, cool. Bukela ku TV njengamanje nasi story la whereby the family isifuna ukuthatha ungasiko kwayo.
In this situation, there is a will, and the deceased has allocated the shares. The wife inherited her portion, and if I'm correct, the wife passed on as well, and there is a minor child.
Yes.
In that situation, if the first estate was finalized, then the second estate, you look at, is there a will in existence? As the caller has indicated, indeed there was a will. Then the affairs of the minor are regulated in terms of that will. Meaning the minor child will be the sole beneficiary as stated in the will. The family members cannot change the wishes of the deceased because he just indicated that on my death, my minor child will have to take everything.
All right.
Okay. Let's come to Jabu.
Let's maybe bring Jabu in. Sorry, Kini. Jabu, what le bang gore malome ao anke everything, and what type of relationship do you now have le malome?
Malome, let me say malome o hlokafetse. Then yeah, inheritance like it can say like stress, like a pain. It's a feeling momuaka. Skloban life is a shock of face mare. It's a thing. Kawani ila destroyer bana ba habona. Kani bale bangata ne libana ba my 6 or 7. So they had to separate. Kaltabala na that thing ya inheritance. O tlamelo at least lo dula Orlando o malo dula kae Springs o malo dula kae for at least re khonore ba ga tla hodisa mamang gona ga tla hodisa mamang. So yena o la fitela ko plekeng e wrong and since la tsona from the back ka im heta wes ne sentse e kareng ho yena e monati you understand it was painful le nana tsa ntlotlela ne tse ke utlwane le ona no ntse le wena wa bona kani is like a see na hape there is this habo untatwa hae hape ba mo nketse ntlo hape ko ntatwa ko Orlando.
Sure. So it's a very sad situation. So your story as well because look is coming nje lezi story as dabgisa.
No papa story sa ka ke se re di cousin re le about 4 ne and then re godisitswe ke mangwana rona. Ba re nna di parents tsa rona. But in most cases re le mo mangwaneng wa rona ke na berka like right. So because of naberka right and then re goletse ko rural area di charta tsa go ke di charta tsa di golo ona na le about 2 ya di charata mo tsone maybe agile 2 ya di houses only to find out ga tlo tlhokofala e ba problem ya gore mo baneng ba bo sa gage go setse o iwane then in gore ke ene a tshwantseng I inherit each and everything e leng ya gage okay ko ditšhelete tsa go mo bjarkong nana le ka mkhwaneng a di distribute le ka teng but problem e bile ha o tla mo teng mo ya dintlo gore ke ena le bana ba hae and then what about the cousin studying because of nentse di dependile mo motsong o hane a sa phela why ba sa dile fatse ba discuss e be taba ya gore ga ile gore gona le gore ba bangwe ba ile gore ba feel gore ba ka create something then ba ka feel something out of that e sana gore e hinretiwa fela ke immediate family ya motho o mongwe.
Right, so
very sad story. And just a quick one before say a break, Kini. There's Umusa uthi mina I don't see the use of ukulwa bangakushiyi nezinto. After all, it's not yours. Why fight? Cabanga nje you are 40 years ulwela indlu kagogo wakho into
ngosethe uyi1 then ina gore ke ene a tshwantseng I inherit each and everything e leng ya gagwe. Okay, go ditšheleteng tsa go mo bjarekong nana le ka mokgwaneng a di-distributile ka teng but problem e bile ga o tla mo teng mo ya dintlo gore ke ena le bana ba gae. And then what about the cousin studying because of ntse di dependile mo mothong o hane a sa phela why ba sa dule fatshe ba discuss e be taba ya gore ga ile gore gona le gore ba bangwe ba ile gore ba feel gore ba ka create something then ba ka feel something out of that e sana gore e hinretiwa fela ke immediate family ya motho o mongwe.
Right, so
very sad story. And just a quick one before say a break, Kini. There's Umusa uthi mina I don't see the use of ukulwa bangakushiyi nezinto. After all, it's not yours. Why fight? Cabanga nje you are 40 years ulwela indlu kagogo wakho intanga zakho zinemizi yabo wena ulela indaba kagogo. Some say breaking siyabo after this. Namukele futhi emakhaya sakhuluma about izimpi zamafa egcine eqhatha umndeni ungazi noma usawuphindeni ukwazi ukuzwana umndeni after yonke lento sesiyenzekile but njengamanje do have William Mazibuko oyilawyers walo answerisha lama questions and now ukuthi sibheka up masuka lamxolisi you have a question to ubaba uMazibuko.
Yes, funa ukubuza ukuthi what if maybe my parents they've been married maybe for more than 20 years and then the will is already out and then they divorce like mabe divorce kuyenze ukuthi umama naye athole ishare yakhe nenobaba naye athole ishare yakhe then mina njengomntwana akathi benginikeze iwili do I get something out of that?
Angazi noma uyagcoliseka ngombuzo wakhe bamazibuko.
Yes, if there is a will and you are married, it will depend in terms of is it in community, out of community, yes. But mostly we advise that on divorce you amend your will. Because if you don't amend your will within 30 days, then the law will assume that you wanted the status quo to remain.
Within 30 days.
And again, it will depend in terms of the type of a marriage. If it's in community of property, the court decide that you share equally, then both parties have a duty to share at that point. In most cases, you'll find that the one will remain in the house and there is this decree says the house or the property, the joint estate has to be shared equally. After some time, you passed on, and there is this claim now against your estate to say, on divorce, I did not get my portion. So the other party, the ex-wife or ex-husband, can actually lodge a claim against your estate before it can be distributed to say, yes, I still have a claim that was not resolved on divorce.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, ithola kakhulu. Ngendlela engibona ngakhona uhlelo namhlanje abantu abaningi ngenxa ukuthi liyaxabanisa but decide ukuthi babe anonymous ukuze bengaze bevele ngoba ngokhona lokho ngaba victimize ukuthi wena so ukhuluma indaba zasekhaya ku TV. Let's go to Anonymous. Anonymous, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Ninjani?
Sikhona njani wena?
Ngiyaphila futhi. Mina inkinga yami ukuthi isikolo ngifundenile futhi ne?
Yeah.
Asindaba ukuthi ngilwela imali yakababami. Ngilwela indaba yokuthi ubabami njengoba ashonile so ushone last year last of 2016 so khona manje anginayo imali ukuthi ngaqhubekela phambili ngeimfundo zami so and futhi khona manje ubaba msekayishila imali bathi yena akanayo iwill then
uyishiye kubani ubaba le mali?
Imali uyishiye ukuthi like asazi ukuthi imali yomfazi or yethu abantwana.
Asithi umama wakho lona angisho.
Cha akusumama wegazi.
Yes, kodwa
umama wegazi washona ngo-2005.
unkosikazi kababa wakho na.
Inkosikazi kababa.
Okay. So awazi noma imali yasala khona because ngizama ukuthi ngikusize ukuze the lawyer sheshe kuphendula. So awazi noma imali yasala or kwaba khona i-allocation wa allocate yona but unongaqonda ukuthi imali zahamba kanjani, right?
Ngiyaqonda ukuthi imali zihambe kanjani because emsebenzini angithi mama before ashona wasibhalisa for i-maintenance ubabami.
Okay.
So abantu base-Sanlam basithola kanjalo ukuthi sikhona thina.
I see.
Then busy basicelile ukuthi okay na imali bangithumela iphepha lokuqala zange lisign bangithumela lesibili leza linamagama amaningi engawazi ukuthi awubani kenzakala ini zange lisign bathi mabangibuzisa ukuthi kenzakalani ngathi hawa mina ngingize ngilisayine lephepha ngoba labantu abala angibazi ukuthi awubani into shoda abantwana bakababa abanye futhi abangaphandle ubaba mbekana abantwana ngaphandle abayi-3 before thina siba khona kunamantombazana ayi-2 ngaphandle nomama abo oyi-1 nomama akhe then thina si-3 kumamami lo amshadile.
Okay, bukela anonymous bukela manje ku TV wakho because lawyer izozama ukuthi sichazele ukuthi if unabantwana abangaphandle wenza njani ke ukuthenini nabo bazuze efeni lelo suku lishile. Siyabonga kakhulu anonymous.
Ngiyabonga futhi.
In this situation, if I'm correct, I don't have the full facts.
Yeah.
It's the issues around the pension.
Yes.
If the issues around the pension, the trustees of that particular fund are the ones who determine, in terms of the Pensions Act, who must get the money. So it's to approach that specific fund, lodge your claim there, and they will tell you in terms of their own rules, internal rules, and their requirements.
All right. Thetha, we've got a social media coming in from Herbert Katleho. According to some cultures, the inheritance belongs to the last-born male. In Sipedi, they call him Mojalefa. Now, most of African cultures believe this, but also just maybe if we can link this to the conversation that we had offline, sometimes Bakhobele as the person who oversees, not necessarily Mojalefa lefakela how. Can you maybe explain to us how it works?
Earlier on, I explained that we have, in terms of our constitution, Section 9, it actually says everyone, we are equal before the law and we enjoy the same protection and benefits.
Okay.
So based on that section, we moved away from this cultural concept of it's either the firstborn or the lastborn. So now we are treated equal.
Okay.
If we are 4, all of us, we are equal.
Okay.
No one has a better right.
Okay. All right,
let's come back to Lagwi audience here too as well. Sia, tell us your question on for our lawyer.
Okay, ngizoqala ngibulele ithuba enthina lifumana namhlanje. Bengicela ukubuza mandithi umzekelo. Awungumntana kagogo, usisizukulwane sikagogo. And then isikhathi eside ubuhlala nogogo. Uthi ukuhlala nogogo, uhlala nogogo une relationship nogogo wakho. And then ugogo athi mase sishile. Only to find out as isizukulwana sikagogo ba indlu wayishiya kuwe not onyana bakhe bese mase sihamba isikhathi omalume bakho as babe sebeclaima indlu le ushiyelwe kugogo wakho
bayiclaima kanjani bayiclaima ukuthi bayaza nje bathi phuma endlini ngoba banamaphepha abaphethe
no i-title deed ibiza wena as ubaba usisizukulwana sikagogo uhlala naye bayiclaima as ba it's a family house kwathi kumele wonke umuntu ofuna osefamilini obehlala emastendaweni ezingenagesi sona kuthini since indlu nogesi bamuvele on kule ndlu bazohlala bengicela ukwazi isizukulwane sikagogo iyakhona na kuba moyifight
into enjengaleyo.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Quick one.
Firstly, the question is unclear. Is there a will or the house was registered before the grandmother passed on?
I think was there a will away corner or ugogo avela register imoto I mean indlu ngawo?
No baby ibingekho I will because ngathi
was kanjani change?
But we transferile indlu into your name,
yes,
into umzukulwane.
Into umzukulwane because kuthe makwenzeka lo fight ngendlu that because bese ngikhulile ngokubona nokuba noko sendiyabona bona that okay makuliwa ngalengu man ngithatha action ndiye kwamasipala ndiyobona uba lengu ilonga kubani is it a family house or khona umuntu eshiwe under yena.
Okay, you know what, enye zezinto sosiphendula on social media as well. If you follow us on wonke nje inkundla zokuxhumana ubabuyile uzokwazi ukuthi anike nama details wakhe nikwazi na ukuthi nixhumane naye nazi ukuthi singenza njani from here.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting conversation, but I think at the bottom of everything is the fact that because you know African culture is our culture, but at the end of the day common law is common law, and we live in a country where we are being governed by the Constitution. It's been a great conversation. Thank you very much for tuning in, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.